sallallahu alayhi Fatıma, sallallahu alayhi Fatıma, sallallahu alayhi Fatıma.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجهم. وقال الله تعالى بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. The first and foremost, I congratulate all Shia Muslims for the birth of Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha, especially to our women, that today is a Women's Day. And then also, we want to talk about Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha. And there's a lot we hear about Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha. But when we want to know someone, we come to look at the origin of the person, who the father is, who the mother is. We come to see the society he has gone and then the training he got. From Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha's life, we're going to get to know her father, who is the best man in Islam, and then more so from the house she was brought, is the house that every time there's wife that is coming out from this house. We're going to know she was trained by the best man. And then we're going to know Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha in her way of life. If you want to know someone, you look at the way of life or the speech of the person or the way the person was brought up. We got to know her by all this, but in special places, Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha, when she's being called or when we mention Sayyidah Fatima's name, there are some things we remember about this special woman, Salamullah alayha, Fatima. We remember her way of life, her modesty, we remember her chastity, her hijab, and then everything about her is perfect. When her father was saying to people, Fatima to be the to me, she is part of me, whatever makes her sad makes me sad. When the best man of Islam is able to say this and gives her the respect that she demands, what else is done? What else is left for us? We make something difficult. We say she's a role model to only women, but when Imam Zaman himself says, my mother Fatima is my role model, she is my role model, then we can say Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha is a role model only for a woman. We can also say she can be a role model for a man too. Yes. And when we call Sayyidah Fatima, her ma'rifah, her modesty comes to mind. Okay, today, if I'm telling my baby as a woman or I'm training a baby on how to wear hijab, I have to explain to her the falsafah of hijab. Sayyidah Fatima came to explain to us in the speech of Fadakiyah that who she was, who she is and what she stands for. She stood for sacrifice, she explained to us what she stands for, and she defended a imam. She made us understand that life is standard for imam. She explained to us that she's not standing only because Imam Ali was her husband, but rather because he was her imam. Sayyidah Fatima showed us how she trained her babies. She explained to us and showed us in her way of life how a woman can train her baby. She's the one that trained Hussein and Hassan to be the best and the masters on the Day of Judgment. Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha was the one who was able to explain to people in the speech of Fadakiyah that people should know the difference between this Islam and the next Islam they are trying to explain. Sayyidah Fatima came out. If someone has stolen my something, I'll just come and explain to people what they've stolen. But Sayyidah Fatima, in the speech of Fadakiyah, showed who she was by explaining to us the difference between two Islam. She brought about Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. She brought about and the philosophy of life. She explained to people the people how Ahkam is being explained from the Quran. She came to explain to everyone that she's very mantiqi. She knows what she's saying. Okay, so Sayyidah Fatima is one of the best we can explain. If we want to say a lot, it's going to be a lot. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجهم.
الله عليك يا فاطمة